It's connecting. We're live now.
Well, then we should start talking about something of meaning. Oh, hello, Kim.
Hello, Nancy.
And so I think what we just thought about talking about was the idea of the LinkedIn banner, which is the largest piece of real estate. I think that when you look at somebody's LinkedIn profile, you're visually, your eyes are going to go there right away.
That's right. And it is an opportunity for you to elevate your brand, share a call to action, but you want to be strategic about how you think about it and design it.
Yeah, the default is immediately carries the message of unprofessional, you didn't care enough, you were in a hurry, whatever. None of these messages are messages I would like to be associated with. And when you have a well designed banner, immediately it's shouting to the viewer that you took the time, you care about how you present yourself and how you want to be viewed and seen.
That's right. And it can, I mean, when I put my banner together, it will represent my website, but it was done independent of that. I chose some colors that I am now associating with my brand, and it says exactly what I do. When I was working with students, we used to talk about how to use that space, and they were hesitant to be so bold as to share with employers, how they solved problems. So they would often take a snapshot of a city that they aspired to work in, which makes sense for a young person in college who is looking for a job. But as an entrepreneur, this is your front door, and your banner really is what welcomes somebody into your profile and what your offering is.
I'm glad you talked about it as your store window, because truly it is what's going to catch that passerby so that they do stand and look and see what's going on inside. And that is what the banner is doing, is inviting the viewer to look uh, and absorb more. So it should have the name, your name, or the name of your company. It I recommend that you have some sort of call to action. And that call to action could be just connect with me, or it could be something more complicated. I do suggest that you stay away from a call to action that says book an appointment, because until somebody really knows you, they're not likely to book an appointment with an unknown. And if they do, I'm warning you, they're trying to sell you on whatever it is they're peddling.
That's right. That's right. Um, you could link to something you've posted. You could link to, if you have a lead magnet, you could link to that there. I've even seen people put little arrows to go into the featured area, which is another really, really big opportunity in your LinkedIn profile. But the banner should catch attention immediately. It should be consistent with what your headline is saying as well.
Yes.
You want there to be consistency. So many times I'm looking at entrepreneurs profiles, and I might see a picture of some shoreline on Cape Cod, or I'm not exactly sure what it is, and then I see their headline, and my brain is just like, oh, what are you trying to tell me here? I'm not feeling it. So you want to think about how to be very intentional. It again, as Nancy said, it is the biggest real estate that you have on your LinkedIn profile to really emphasize who you are and what you're doing there.
And talk about what you're doing. In essence, you want to identify your audience, that ideal viewer, so that they pause and say to themselves, this is talking to me. And then you want to give some benefit, some result, some problem that you solve that would make me stop and say, not only is it for me, it's something I desire. So you do want to identify an audience. You always want to know who your target audience is and what benefit they'll receive. And of course, Kim, you and I both know, and we don't want to beat the horse to death, but it's true that many of us struggle because we have multiple audiences.
That's right.
And multiple things that we offer. But I promise you, a confused mind doesn't buy. So you've got to always think in terms of it being very specific. When you're specific, you'll be terrific.
I couldn't agree more. And having honed down my audience, it really, it initially felt very limiting, but it's an audience that I know really, really well. And why not focus on them? And honestly, it just opened a door. Now posts come easily. I know who I'm talking to. I know what the problem is, and I know how to solve it. And so it really was a important bridge for me to walk over. And I'm really, really glad that I did. And my headline reflects what is in my banner. I really love what it is saying. And I've gotten some comments from some former colleagues who are like, what are you doing? This is amazing.
I love that. So this is another message from the LinkedIn doulas who are here to help you birth your LinkedIn profile, not only initially, spawn it, but also grow it to maturity and to profitability.
That's right. That is why we're here. And so we're glad that you're spending some time with us, and we're going to come back weekly and share tips with you about how to create that profile that will be profitable. And we look forward to seeing you again. So thank you for joining us.
Great.
How do I end this? Oh, there, duh.